Hello everybody and welcome to Memory Keeping Friday. I'm so excited to be back sharing memory keeping items with you guys. And today I want to start a new series or little mini series called Project Life Tips. And this is where I just want to be able to share with you in a few minutes in a video some tips and tricks that I've learned that have helped me be successful with my Project Life album. So welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome to my video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can get all of my other videos, and make sure you come back on Fridays when we have Memory Keeping Friday. So this is my second album for the year for 2019. You can see I just have my label on here. It says 2019 Volume 2, July through December. So when we open it up, I don't necessarily have a title page because this is the second volume. I never feel like it's necessary to jump in with a title page. I just jump into July. So for July, as we're in the summer, things get a little bit more hectic. I'm not in as great of a routine as keeping up with Project Life. So I have found over the last few years that my July usually looks a little bit different than the rest of the months. For this year, I started out with just this. I did this in the Project Life app, and so it's one big photo and it just says Home Sweet Home, and we kind of jump in here. And then I have a simply layered page for 4th of July. And then I have my July calendar, which I didn't fill out, and then we jump into July. So for me, I do Project Life on a weekly basis, meaning I take a photo just about every single day, and that's where my photos go in. I break up my Project Life album into months. So in July, I used a retired kit from Stampin' Up. It was a Project Life by Stampin' Up kit. I don't remember the name of it, but it's just very bright and fun. I had a little bit of that kit left over, and so that's what I used. And then you'll notice in August, I use something different for my cards and my like decor for my pages. And then in September, I used a core kit, and I'll be talking more about September in just a second. That's where I'm going to show you guys kind of this tip, but I just wanted you guys to see that for me, not only do I do this on a weekly basis where I have a week card that tells me what week it is, and then I have a calendar card that has the days of the week, I also break it up by month. So I found using one core kit for the whole year, I get really bored, and I want my months, I think about the seasons and how seasonally things feel and they look. And so for me, using one product all year just doesn't work because I want that creative, fun feeling of changing things up depending on what month it is. But doing something every single page different is so stressful. Like, I just feel like it's too much and I would feel overwhelmed. So by having one product for the whole month, I feel like is a really good in between. I get to change things up and feel really creative with what I'm doing, but I'm not so overwhelmed that I feel like every single week has to be, or every single week has to be different. And that's one thing that I really encourage you guys to find is a system that works for you that you can continually go back to so that it makes it easier for you to do these pages and do a Project Life album. So what I want to share with you guys is in September, because I feel like this is going to be a little bit easier to see. So for the beginning of the month, I always have a calendar, and this provides me a way to put some memorabilia in my album that I want to keep. This is a invitation. I have a card in here. I have a fun little Coach business card from a new purse that I had gotten. And it just allows me to put some extra things in here that I want to keep. Mother's Day cards, Father's Day cards, little things the kids do. I just feel like it's a great way to have that in there. And then the way that I work my Project Life album is in a weekly basis. So I want to share with you guys how to set up a week. So if you're doing this by the week, if you're taking multiple pictures a day or kind of on a daily basis, and this is the way it works for you, I want to show you some easy ways to do this and keep up with it. So first, just so you know, my personality is very chronological, like that. I'm just like very organized, and I see things chronologically. And in the past, I've tried to do Project Life in a different way, where I've done it by the month, or where I've not followed anything maybe chronological, and it just doesn't work for me. I always come back to this, and it's just the place that I'm comfortable in. You might be more comfortable in a monthly, doing this by the month, where you're not having, you're not feeling the pressure to take photos every day. I just typically take a lot of photos. And if I don't have a photo for a particular day, I'll share with you what I do in that case in just a minute. So here is the album and the page protectors. I use a Design A. So I do that to make things simple on myself. I just get a big pack of Design A page protectors. I put them in my album right away, so you'll see that even back here, even in the months that I'm not even to yet, I have page protectors in. This way, it's just simple for me. I take all of my photos in a horizontal way and not a vertical. And that's just a decision that I made for myself to keep things simple. Like, there's some compromise that happens when you're wanting to document like this. A lot of people get hung up because they take vertical photos and they take horizontal photos, and then they don't know what to do with these pockets because they're one way or the other, right? So for me, I just decided a long time ago, horizontal photos, and that would be it, and I don't have to worry about it. So I rarely take a vertical photo, and I take more vertical photos for my kids because I do their pages in the app where it doesn't matter. So hopefully that makes sense. So we have the Design A, which has 2 4x6 photos on top and bottom, for a total of 8 photos for the whole. Let's go back to July, where the photos are in, and you guys can see a little bit better. This is a good week where there's no inserts. So we have 2 photos, 2 4x6 photos on top and bottom, for a total of 8 photos for the layout. And then we have 3x4 photos in the middle. And so what I do is I use this as a title card. And you can see that this week, for this week, it's holding the week number, but there's other weeks that it holds the calendar, and the week would go in the middle. I just like to switch it up sometimes and be a little bit creative and not be boxed into only doing one thing, but you totally could. You could only do your week card here. There's some back here, some weeks back here. Well, you will see my week card is just in here, and that might be how it stays. Again, just making things easy for myself and having a system. So here's my title card, and then I have my start is on Sunday. Okay, so it goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. In a perfect world, I would want my start to be on Monday and my weekend to be together. I used to do that when I first started Project Life. The problem is that most calendars have a Sunday start. And so it was really difficult for me to find calendars that had a Monday start. And so because of that, again, I just compromised. I just thought, I want it to be this way, but to make it easy and so that I can continue to keep up on this and I'm not frustrated, I'll just go with a Sunday start. So that's why I start on Sunday. And then you can see that I have my photos in here. I have a photo that I need to get printed that I forgot to print. And so then in the middle, what I do is I used to do 2 journaling spots. So I would do a filler card, a journal card, a filler card, a journal card, and that's how I would go. I struggle with journaling so much. And so I thought, why am I making this difficult on myself and forcing myself to do journaling that I struggle with, or to find so many things to say? Like, I don't have that much to say about my life. I don't have that much to say about what's going on. So I do 1 journaling card per layout. And this year in particular, I have typed all my journaling. I don't always do that. There's definitely some pieces in here that are handwritten. I like both. You don't have to do it on the computer. You can do all handwriting. This year, it just has worked for me to do a lot of it on the computer, and I've liked it. So I'm going with that. So we start here on Sunday, and then we move through the week. I have one journaling card on each side, and then I have some cards that are filler. For this year, one of the things that I've really loved are black journaling cards. So, or black Project Life cards that have some little bit of journaling on them, or like this has a little saying on it. And so each spread, you will notice that just about has a pure like black card, and that's just something intentionally that I have done that sort of pulls my whole album together. It also mimics very well the week cards that I have used this year. So to set up your week, what you're going to do is have a title card. It can have your calendar, it can have a week. You can just write in the dates if you want. It's like whatever's going to be easiest on you. These week cards here came from a Project Life core kit, and I honestly just bought the core kit for these cards. I didn't even like the core kit, and I will find the name of it and I will link it in the description below, but I didn't even like the core kit. I just wanted these cards. And then the calendar cards that I have come from a website. I'm hoping that she does a set for 2020. She has done one of these circle ones the last several years, and I love them. So I put my title card here that either has the week, or in some cases it has the calendar, okay? And then I just go through Sunday all the way through Saturday, and that's the way my week flows. You could go, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday if you wanted. I don't know why I, you know, loop around. Like, I don't know why I loop this way. I just always have. So you can set it up however feels like it works for you. So I have that. And then this, you'll see, this is a perfect example. So on Tuesday of this day, my family and I went and spent a family day, and we went and did some shopping, and we went and had lunch, and we went to the mall, and these photos are both from that day. Sometimes I don't always manage to get a photo every single day. And some days I take more than one photo, right? Like some days I take 2 or 3 photos, or I take 10 photos. I had a lot of different photos from this day, and I don't know why I chose to do both photos of them walking. Seems a little repetitive, and maybe those were the only 2 I had, or, you know, but what I did is I just put one here and one here, and I didn't worry about it. In fact, all 3 of these actually are from the same day, because I did the organizing of my core kits that night, that Tuesday night. So I just did all of these here, and nobody knows. And honestly, nobody cares. In 10 years or 5 days or 100 years or 3 months from now, nobody is going to say, when looking at this album, that photo really wasn't taken on Wednesday. That's really not what happened on Thursday. Nobody cares. It just, for me, the way that my brain works and the way that my camera roll works is I'm able to put these in most of the time on the day that they've happened. So the other thing that I will mention is on my camera roll for my phone, I take all of my photos on my iPhone, and you will notice that on my camera roll, I don't have that many photos. These are all photos back from the beginning of August, because I don't have photos in August. So what I do is I use my phone. So if we go all the way back to the beginning of August, I have some photos in here that I need to put in the app. But if you go all the way back to, like, see, in July, I have these last few photos and I have some videos, but then I don't have anything else. Like, it goes back to April. I'm in the middle of doing this trip. Then I have a few from June that I just want to keep on here. A picture of me and my son. And then I have some videos from the beginning of July. Then it jumps to the end of July, which I need to print this photo. That's why it's on here. This says July 23rd. I didn't print this photo and I need to. And then I have some more videos, and then we go into August. Okay, so August 1st is right here. And when I get the photo printed and I get it into my album, I delete it off my phone. So at any given time, I only have 20 to 30 photos on my phone. I have a handful that I want to keep that are maybe a little bit older, but honestly, it drives me bananas to have a lot of photos on my phone. So this is how I do it. When I print the photo and I get it in the album, I delete it from my phone, and then it's backed up a million other places, and it's totally fine. But you can see I have my photos printed for all of August and the beginning of September. I just haven't put those in yet. I'm going to do this in a live workshop this month for my membership group. I have a membership group called Life Simply Documented, and it's where we do a lot of project life stuff. We dive a lot deeper into all of these things, and this is what we're doing this month as I'm kind of getting caught up. So I have my photos printed. I have sticky notes where my photos go so that I can stay on top of things and know where things are, what things are going on and happening. And then I'll put those in and I'll delete those off my phone. The other thing I do is if I have a day where a lot has gone on and I have multiple photos that I really want to get into my album, I use the Project Life app and I just put more than one photo together. This happens to be 4 photos, and then I put it in that day. So whenever this is, it will go into the pocket, and then there'll be 4 photos on here. I don't always do that. It just happens if I have a lot of photos that day that are really different that I kind of want to make sure that I'm getting in the album. I will do that. So hopefully that helps you to see how to set up your Project Life album for the week if you are doing this, if you're documenting on a weekly basis. For me, documenting on a weekly basis helps me focus in more on those everyday moments. It helps me to remember more of those things, and I feel much more connected to my album and to the memories that I'm choosing to document by doing it on a weekly basis. So let me know in the comments below if you do Project Life, if you do any kind of memory keeping, if you do it on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, and then let me know what kind of Project Life tips you're interested in. I will do a monthly setup along with a 6x8 album, like if you're doing a smaller album to do your memories, to document. I will have a video on those coming up, but I would love to know if you have any items that you would like me to go over, because I would love to help you with that. And I'm excited to be back sharing memory keeping with you guys and documenting. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back next week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and watching my videos. Here are 2 other of my most recent videos. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will catch you in my next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day.